Morgue chat, children. Time to learn new things. It's a new week, and it's time for new brains for you, and I help you distribute new brains to you. I have brought Daryl here.
How
you got a last name?
White.
Daryl White. Appropriate for this show. Anyway, the reason that Daryl is here is because it's one of those deals where you go into a bar, you know, you're not supposed to talk religion and politics and shit. Well, you could not help doing that with this guy. There's no way out of it, man. I could talk to this guy for fucking hours, but they only give us 10 minutes, so we're going to get to the meat of the matters. The reason he's on is because we are an equal opportunity show. I am an equal opportunity host. I will have people with opposing opinions on. And that's what makes it so fun to sit there and banter with him in a bar, because you got opposing opinions. Alright. Daryl, let's talk about Obama's shadow government.
Oh, great. Yeah, Obama's shadow government. It's amazing, these czars, or, you know, basically these little Caesars, emperors, kings that he appoints, is really something that takes away the citizens' power through representation. And you know,
and it's not legal. It's just guys that he hires that are only answerable to him.
That's right.
That's what I mean. It's like, you're minister of meat and cheeses. You know, you're minister of my dog's poop.
Well, how many is he up to by now? Like, you know, 44 or so different.
He's way into the 30s, last I heard.
Yeah.
But he's moving fast.
I think he's working on a complete takeover and bypassing the complete legislative process and any advisors that are held accountable to the people. Which is pretty un-American.
Which should mean we could hang those bastards, but we can't because it's not the law.
Yeah, I would want to say who's the real political terrorist, the guys in Washington who are unelected, or the people at these town hall meetings that they want to consider mobs?
They want to consider mobs, people voicing their opinions, finally. Finally, and when people finally stand up and voice their opinion, they shoot it down like those are crazy bastards.
Well, yeah, it goes back to what Obama's mentor Saul Alinsky had to say about looking at your opponent and basically singling him out and personalizing him and then attacking him, which is exactly what he's doing. He's, you know, pulling right from the book. I mean, if you want to know really what Obama's going to do, go read Rules for Radicals and you'll find out what's coming next.
Oh, there you go. You know, we like radical at Morgue Chat, but that's the wrong radical. That's the wrong way, children. Now, there's people speaking out all over the freaking place that they're not giving any news coverage to. I mean, people that they would normally give news coverage to, but they're not saying the right things anymore.
That's right, because they're totally in the tank. I was just telling him earlier with John Dingell, our supposed representative, having a town hall meeting, and when a gentleman decided that he had, you know, his turn to speak, they decided, yeah, his right, that they decided to consider him disorderly and take him out in handcuffs and frog march him in front of the other people outside that weren't invited in. And basically, the police held their hand. Oh, they.
This is the interesting part, children.
They put their hands over his mouth so he couldn't speak to the people as they were putting him or taking him out to the police car. Which I believe, you know what, the guy should be able to sue or something, even though I hate trial lawyers and all the crap they're doing.
But that is the epitome. If you took that in one picture, if somebody got that perfect picture of that, while they're clamping down the hand over the mouth, isn't that enough to put up a poster to make everyone fucking mad?
Yeah, I think that would be right up there with the picture of the guy protesting and setting himself on fire. You know what I'm saying?
I like fire.
I figured you would.
Yeah. But anyway, this is the differences. I gotta speak out the differences. That I am an evolutionist, creationist.
Absolutely.
I am a atheist. Of course, he's a Christian.
That's right, Christian conservative, baby.
Exactly. I believe from what you've said that you believe in the good of science and development and research, and I believe in the end all this poking it with a stick activity we're up to.
Well, yeah, I spent 12 years in healthcare, basically after I got out of the Army as a surgical
You knew
tech.
we'd get to the healthcare discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only as a surgical tech, medical assistant, echocardiograph technician, and several years developing some of the healthcare home care services around here with physicians in the management roles. I've actually had to leave based on the hypocrisy of it all, because I felt that when the doctors tell me to go out and do the salad bar, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, basically this guy that wants to know why I'm doing this test, and I got to go find the doctor who's on their boat saying, tell the guy he's had a heart attack. What, to justify a test? You got to be kidding me. And I had to leave it because of all the corruption. And now he wants to take that corruption and put it on a national scale. And it's the trial lawyers behind it, because the doctors have to basically cover their ass in order not to be sued. So until they get to tort reform, and serious tort reform, like perhaps like they have in California, which could be argued, I don't know, by you or not, but $250,000 liability cap on lawsuits has actually brought more doctors back into California, and you know, perhaps
human life is only worth so much. We've said that before.
Well, yeah.
So you should not be able to sue for millions of dollars because Uncle Harry died on the table.
Well, you know, that's what Dr. Ezekiel Emanuel, the healthcare advisor to Obama, has actually said in the past through his Complete Life system, that assigns a value. When you look at the chart, they have a curve, and basically, if I can read from my notes, back in January '09, he says the Complete Life system, when implemented, produces a priority curve on which individuals aged between roughly 15 and 40 years of age get the most chances, where the youngest and the oldest get chances that are attenuated, in other words, reduced, lessened, weakened, or diminished. So
diminished.
Yeah.
It's gone.
So, and when you look
eventually when you diminish it, it's gone.
Absolutely. And when you look at 70% of the people, the seniors in this country, is where all the money's going. How can you take, say, roughly, even if you said 1 million general practitioners or family care doctors in America, and say, now we're going to divide up 300 million people, including illegals that we shouldn't even be paying for, but throw them in the mix, how long do you think the line's going to be to get in the doctor's office when each doctor has 1 million patients or more? I'm
sorry, but this isn't radical enough for me.
Okay.
Let's go the way that they're really stepping towards in this. What is the ultimate goal in this stepping stone? I believe Chuck Norris was speaking of it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Control?
Yeah, I mean, when you take over and indoctrinate like Hitler did with the Hitler Youth, and you decide that you are going to, as put into the health care bill, I would actually say health care bill that on page 840, the state, quote, shall identify and prioritize serving communities that are in high need of such services, especially communities with high proportion of low-income families.